Randy Moss talks about Randy Moss being the best receiver that has ever played. Hands down all day, there shouldn't even be a discussion. This was a New York or a Minnesota newspaper. The Star Tribune had an article, a profile on Randy Moss, saying that he's the best receiver that's ever played. I think he's the most athletic wide receiver who ever played, but I don't think he's the best wide receiver. At his best, was he the best? Now, if we're, I don't even know how you quantify that. At Randy Moss's best, at Terrell Owens' best, at Jerry Rice's best. Anybody else you want to throw in there? And let's say you took a 3-year window, or maybe you did a 5-year window, because I do have to factor in longevity. And Moss, Terrell Owens, and Jerry Rice had all of that. But is there another receiver that you put in there? Modern day, because you have to have it as close to modern day as possible. Jerry Rice didn't get all of the benefits of offense or the offensive-minded NFL that Terrell Owens and Randy Moss had. Yeah, Paul.
Just a reminder, Jerry Rice had 700 more catches than Randy Moss had, who was a first-ballot Hall of Famer.
Okay, but how high were his highs? Now, if I look at Jerry Rice, Jerry have 100 catches in a season?
Well, let's go with Moss. Moss led the league in touchdown receptions 5 times.
Okay.
He had a season where he had 98 catches, 1,500 yards, and 23 touchdowns. Some people think that's the greatest wide receiver season of all time.
Okay.
Rice had 100 catches 4 times.
Oh, okay. That's more than I thought.
But Rice also did it longevity. He had 86 catches in 1986. In 2002, he had 92 catches. 14 years later.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 16 years later.
Did Terrell Owens have like a 3-year window or a 5-year? Yeah, McLevin.
Well, 3-year window, you're opening the modern guys. Calvin Johnson, Antonio Brown, and Julio all get in that conversation.
Yeah.
And Odell's numbers are better than any of them if per game.
As far as yards per game?
He's way up there. It's like Julio and Odell. The modern game, the numbers are so skewed today, so it's hard to tell.
But aren't we just programmed to say Jerry Rice is the greatest receiver of all time?
Yeah.
Maybe the greatest player of all time. Not just best receiver, production-wise.
You say NFL GOAT, Jerry Rice is the first name, even ahead of Brady. At least it has been. I don't know if Brady will surpass that.
Oh, I think Brady, I think we hold it against him that he's not athletic. So you can't say he's the greatest player of all time. I think there has to be some athleticism in people's minds when they go, oh, greatest player of all time. Okay. Tom Brady? No, the most decorated, but that doesn't mean like the greatest. It feels like there has to be athleticism thrown in there. Yeah, Paul.
Jerry Rice was all-pro, best receiver in the sport designation 10 times. Moss 4 times.
Who would you rather have at their peak? Okay. That's the question. At their peak, you can have Jerry Rice or you can have Randy Moss. You can have Terrell Owens if you want. Yes, McLevin.
You have to give the circumstances. Who's your quarterback? Is it a West Coast surgeon like Joe Montana or a big arm guy like the guys throwing to Randy Moss? Because if you want the deep ball, Randy's your guy. If you want the crosser that he's going to turn into an 80-yard touchdown.
All right.
Montana's your quarterback.
Okay.
Oh, no, Brady's your quarterback. Because he had Moss, and he would have been great with Rice.
And Brady's capable of throwing the deep ball far more than people give him credit for, but known more for the precision passing, as was Joe Montana. All right, so Brady's your quarterback, and you can have Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice. Who else do you throw in there? Like I don't think Julio Jones is in there. I think he's, extremely athletic, but his season is still going on.
Antonio Brown.
Career. Yeah.
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
1 season of Calvin Johnson.
Oh.
1 season.
When he was at his peak. He was Mossian. If we can make that a word. Yeah, Paulie.
I'm more of a Larry Fitzgerald guy over Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson's freakier. Larry Fitzgerald's way more dependable without real speed. I'm a big Fitzgerald fan to get first downs.
Yeah, I saw the quote and I thought, well, I'll bring that up because I thought it was interesting with Randy Moss. Hands down, all day. Best receiver of all time.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.